Hello, viewers, and welcome to another episode of Reminiscences. Our guest today, Chief Mrs. Funke Arthur-Worey, just celebrated her 98th birthday in this April. She is from one of the royal houses in Isa Eko here in Lagos, where I'm speaking to her. She has spent most of her life doing humanitarian work and became well known as one of the presidents of the Lion International Club, which has made her not just a Nigerian activist, but enabled her to travel all over the world. Madam Funke, welcome to the program. And we normally start by asking your early days. How was your childhood like? I assume you are a Lagosian.
Well, my name is Chief Mrs. Funke Arthur-Worey, as you said. I was born in Lagos. My father, my great father, four generations were born in Lagos. My great father was from Isaleko. Kunile Gbale, Umumadi, chieftaincy.
Right.
And I've been in Lagos all my life. At school, I was raised here, from here. Eventually, I left for England. I know before I left for England.
When was that? When was that? When did you go to England?
I went to England in 1950.
50? Right.
And then I got married there. I schooled there, to improve on my schooling. I went to do this fashion in the end. I worked in England in a few places. And then we came back.
Why did you work in England?
Well, when you have to work, to supplement, your allowance and all that.
Right.
And then I had, my children in England.
Right.
You have to work, because what else do you want to do in England? You socialize, but then there's job for everybody unless you don't want to do it. You work to pushing the life of the family. And then I came back to England in 19.
So tell us a bit about your life in England. You are a young woman. You went to England. Under what circumstances? You went on scholarship or your parents sponsored
you? If I tell you that story, it's another thing.
Yes.
I was here naive, Nigeria. I was working at Bata Shoe Company at Broad Street.
Okay.
And then I lived. Eventually, my mother died in 1956. My brother then, fortunately, came back. He's been in England studied, Chief H.O. Davis.
Yes, we know him. He's a former minister of Info, yes.
He's in England with his wife.
Right.
Doris,
Right.
His the wife,
right.
Anyway. And they came back, unfortunately. They were at race course, Barclays. And then my mother died. Then they said to me, you cannot stay with anybody. I was going, the usual thing, you go with religion. They said, no, you come to us.
So you can't stay as a young woman on your own?
On your own.
Yes.
You come to us.
Yes.
And God sent that woman, Doris Davis. Mama Bisi, I call her because her first daughter was busy. So I call her Mama Bisi. We were very, God is wonderful. She just loved whatever I do.
And she's your brother's wife?
My brother's wife.
Yes.
But she's like me, a little young mother to me then. Anyway, she said, you are staying with us. So we were, and she tried her best. That's when she fixed me to work at the shoe company.
Bata.
Shoe company. And I was there happy.
Right.
And then they kept telling us, the family, because it's a big family house. You have about 3 girls and about 4 boys. Right. A full house.
Right.
We were very happy. And they kept telling us about this man. Oh, why don't you do that properly? If Steady was here, he would have climbed. What are you doing? Steady would have done that. Steady would have. So we kept wondering, who is this Steady? We don't know. Anyway, we kept Oh, steady. Oh, steady. Eventually, he just called us one day, said, Steady is coming to Nigeria. Apparently, this Steady in England, there were 3 brothers that were sent to, they took to England with their father from Delta, Abraka, Warri and all that, they were connected there.
Right.
They took them to England to watch this coronation of the king then.
Right.
The 3 boys, yes. Peter, Andrew, Peter and Steady Arthur-Worey. But then the 2 others, after many years, they married after their education, they married these white women. But this man, Steady, just saying, no way, I'm not going to marry white, I'm going to Nigeria. And he kept pestering them, more or less. I'm going to go to Nigeria. I just want to go to Nigeria. I want to go to Nigeria. Eventually, he managed, with God's help, to get the appointment from the colonial office as a teacher, because he was teaching in England.
Right.
So they sent him to Benin Kebbi. And we don't know, Lagos, we don't know where is Benin Kebbi.
Benin
Kebbi,
right.
From England.
Wow.
But he had to stay in Lagos,
right,
for about a month or 2 months to do whatever with the colonial, office here.
Right.
And that's what they're there to prepare him and all that. But then, fortunately for me, now, he had to stay with us.
Right.
Back we arrived there. Eventually, we all line up, boys, girls, and my brother and his wife, to welcome this.
The famous Steady.
The famous Steady.
Is Steady?
Steady. Same Steady. S-T-E-A-D-Y. The same Steady. It's a corrupted name, but I don't know. His name, you can call him Stephen or but Steady is the one that everybody calls him.
Right. Right.
It's like in Yoruba, we say Duro.
Yes.
Short. Anyway, this man came eventually, we line up. And we look at it, so this man, he decided that, he's a man after all, he's a human being after all.
He didn't impress you?
Anyway, we line up, and he met this, my two elder sister. They all say, oh, welcome. Then he came to me, and he held my hand, and looked at me, and he said, what's your name? I said, my name is Funke. He said, Funke, you are going to be my wife. And you can imagine that with the Nigerian girls.
How old were you then?
Yeah, I think I was about 22.
Oh, yeah, you're old enough.
He said, you are going to be my wife. I said, what? I don't know. I was annoyed. I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I said to my sister, Mabisi, what type of a visitor is your stranger? Or just do that. And then I just ignored them. I walked away, and I was sulking for that.
Yeah.
I refused to see anybody. I refused to see him for about a couple of days. And he kept pestering. He would say, Funke, get up now, come out. I'm here, I'm saying hello to you. And it was like that, Funke. He would go to, we had these 2 famous shops, Kingsway and UTC there, Broad Street. And he would go there and buy chocolate or whatever. The thing is, this man that came to within a month, all the children in the neighborhood, especially boys, they follow him because why? He was teaching them how to play football everywhere. To me, I was not interested in football or sports anyway. He would take us to this same Unikon. We go and watch football. We go to swim. There's a swimming pool there. Right. He would go there and swim, and then he would want us to follow it. And we say, no, we only go to Bar Beach to put our legs, in the water. As long as, especially in this Lagos, we are surrounded with water. But we are afraid of swimming or water, Anyway, that's how it started. And in the end, people, around, they knew that Funke. Eventually, he had to go to Benin Kebbi. He said, you are going to be my wife. Whether you like it or not, you must be my wife. That's how it started. Then when he left, the thing is, after all that, on and off, when he left for Benin Kebbi, then I couldn't stay. I was irritated. I was crying. Anything you say is annoying me. I was so irritated. So my sister-in-law said, what's the matter with you, Funke? What's the matter? I don't know. Said, you got it, the thing has got you. I said, got what? He said, you are in love. apparently, as I was feeling here, he was doing that with this beautiful. He said they gave me this beautiful house, as whether I'm teaching the headmaster or whatever, assistant, whatever. He said, and they gave me everything, but I don't know. The house is too big for me. He was just giving these excuses. Oh, Kinikon. I'm going to resign. This was after about a year. I'm going to resign. I'm going to, I'm going back to England. They said, what? My brother was furious, said, we thought that wahala with the foreign office. Please, be patient. My husband didn't listen. He resigned, came back to Lagos. When he came back to Lagos, he said, Fika, I want to marry you. You are my wife. And I said, you can't do that. Well, we discussed. At that time, girls were more respectable. You cannot do anything on your own, without your parents or guardian going on. Everything going on. My BC and my brother knew about it. So then I said, I cannot marry him because I don't know how in England then it's not in Yoruba.
Okay, it's from the
Delta.
Delta.
We had that mentality it's not in I cannot marry because by that time, we had all this anger on, that we called ourselves friends and nothing serious. Anyway, I said, you cannot marry me because in Nigeria, we have to know our parents, our kin. He said, I'm ready. So he went to Abeokuta to my mother's side. At Kenta, he went to our village at Oluga, Odeda. He went round meeting all these people. And then we were there for about a week. And the boys, they were all with football everywhere. It was, no, Uncle Steady. Eventually he left. But before he left, we had this, what we call Mommy Moe.
That is engagement?
Not engagement. Before engagement, the family, to meet the family.
Yes.
They call it one way. Introduction to the family.
Right.
We met them. In Lagos here, we did this small, like here, it's a house, ceremony, where we met my people. We went to Saleko, we went to wherever, and he was loved by everybody. That man, I don't know what happened. Anywhere he is now. They know him. Uncle Steady, and he used to kiss everybody, especially women, to hug them. Anyway, that's how I got to know Steady Arthur-Worey, and we got married.
So that is the basis of going to England.
That is the basis.
Yes. Once you are introduced, did he invite you over to England?
He said that before he left. Of course, he said to the parents that.
Yes.
Even he arranged everything with my mother-in-law and Mrs. Solan, and they were another parents of Steady in England. After the H.O. Davis left, they handed him over to Mrs. Solan, and he was there with Mrs. Solan. Yeah. So by the time I got to him, when he went back, the preparation of me arriving, meeting me, teaching me how to behave in England, Mrs. Solanke took over, Bumi Solanke.
Right.
And that's how it started. So I've never been alone, and they've been there to guide me, to help me. So I've been very lucky in my life.
So when you went to England, did you go to school or you just settled as a wife?
I went to school.
Right.
I went to this, where the top typing.
Is it a secretarial school?
A secretarial,
yes.
What's the name of the place now?
Yeah, okay.
Where we have typing.
Right.
And broad seat, everything is broad seat.
Right.
I went there
to
do typing.
Right.
And that's why when I left,
I
was working as a secretary in England, but in about 2 companies. But then, meanwhile, I was so interested in this fashion because, in the end, I got a machine to sew for myself.
Right.
But then, I said, why not for 9 months? Why not do it? So I went to this Paris School of Fashion. And I was very happy.
Right.
I made dresses for myself. But then it was useful in the end when we came back. We were at Yaba, Majaro, and next to this new garage for army barrack.
Right.
And all the young girls as wives used to make blouses. It was the fashion to have blouses on top of this, whatever they're going to have in a wrapper. And I was so happy making blouses for them.
Right.
Beautiful. They were happy with me, and we used to enjoy ourselves from the northern girls.
Right.
And that's how it started.
Now, how long were you in England altogether?
Well, I was there in I went there in 50.
Yes.
And I came back in 1960.
You came back, the whole family?
The whole family.
By
that time I had 2 children.
Two children.
And we came back.
Yes. Now, since...
And my husband came back.
Right.
Because he knew that he's going to get a job at the Federal Ministry of Justice.
Yes.
Because Chief Amakri died and I promised him in England.
Right.
That's another visitor of ours. Chief Amakri used to come and said, come back to Nigeria.
Right.
Said, come back.
So the independence was there.
Law.
Yes, he did law.
So he said, come back.
Right.
And join him. You can do well.
Right.
Because we were comfortable in England and
Right.
We were very comfortable.
Right.
Anyway, persuaded him. We were very loving. So we came back in 1960.
Right.
And luckily for us, we celebrated. We were here when we celebrated our independence.
Right.
So all the activities are now.
You are there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And Nigeria was beautiful. We used to travel around to Jos, to Kaduna, to Port Harcourt. And then we are going like that. We don't know anybody in the village. We just stop in case you want to have something. And they look after you.
Tell me, when did you veer from your own fashion business to humanitarian work?
Well, when I came back, I worked with Esso
oil company.
Esso. And then from there, I went to Ivan and Bonner for 10 years.
Ivan
and Bonner. It's a law farm.
It's a law farm.
At Bishop Custom Street now, opposite the Custom House.
Right.
I was there, everybody. That's the place I was running.
10 years.
I worked for about 3 years with Tate and Lie.
Yes. Okay.
Tate and Lie too.
Big companies.
But then, at that time, if the money is better, and there was plenty of job, you can just bluff and say. Anyway, eventually I settled with Ivan and Bonner, which I'll never forget. It was a beautiful time.
Was your husband then working in the
law?
law?
Voice with all along, he never changed. He was working like Federal Ministry of Justice.
Ministry
of Justice.
Yeah, okay.
He
So
was
he's
there
a
throughout.
civil servant, yes.
Anyway, until he retired. So that's how it's been. And then suddenly, I don't know, my cousin then, Lady Alakija, dead now. Ayo Alakija. He said to me, Afunke, the way you are doing, come and join our club. I said, which club now? He said, Ladies Dining Club.
Dining club.
Dining club in Lagos.
Yes.
One of these,
Yes.
And I said, okay, if you say, he said, come and join. Don't do anything. We just have our dinners, meeting dinners at Ikoyi Hotel, the old Ikoyi Hotel.
Yes.
Once a month, and then just come as my guest. I said, okay.
So just to dine, you
ladies meet to
eat,
and then you take the money. Yes. We levy ourselves.
Okay.
Voluntarily, whatever you can give.
Yes.
Some people give a lot. Some people, and then that money, when it's time, whether they're doing the anniversary to old people's home at Yaba or Regina Mondi at Muchi, this Regina Mondi, it's a Catholic, old people. We used to take
Regina Mondi.
Right. We used to go there and dance with them, celebrate with them, and give them whatever you
donate what you collect.
That's how it all started.
Right.
Then from there now, my husband is a legal advisor in the end to defense, and then he used to travel around to all these, and all the shippers used to ask him for advice, something to do with the government, something. You are doing that, and then we will go. They will invite us to go and dine at the marine, on the ship and all that. So one of them, I didn't know, was so fond of my husband, live at a papa. He said, Teddy, come and join us. He said, join what? What is it? He said, it's called Lions Club. It's Chief Akitola Williams that brought it to Nigeria. It's new. It's from America. So he said, I try. That's how they invited him to join this Lions Club. Eventually, he became the governor of Lions Club by all his activities, the travel. And I used that opportunity to travel around. When he was the legal advisor, that's when I travel around with him, because they're going wherever they're going, especially to Kaduna then and Kano with this Ojukwu and all those. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
So we went around like that. And then I was working, he was working. But then I don't know what happened. My niece, Titi Okumala, they were going, about 3 of them, and my niece cousin, They used to go to all these Asian countries that we never had. Sometimes they said Taiwan, sometimes they said Korea, then sometimes they said Saudi Arabia, for Muslims there. But they go there and buy these goodies. They have so many beautiful things, like jewelry, things that's very unusual. Like we go to somewhere, they will bring this lovely porcelain thing that Nigeria they used to bring a lot of things. And one of them used to bring this famous children's toys, Fisher Price. Right. They call it Fisher Price. Used to brought a lot of them. When the thing comes to Balogun Market, I will be there to receive and make sure that whatever they said they deliver. That's how it started. In the end, I resigned because I was making enough money than what I was making.
This is from trading.
For trading.
From trading.
Trading. That's why I was in that. Became a trader.
Right.
And I enjoyed it. At this same Balogun Market, my shop was called Blue Gate, and they all gone now, but all their children, if I go there today, I still see their grandchildren and all that.
Right.
And so, some of them were here when I celebrated my life.
Yeah. So the fact that your husband was in the Lions Club, was it what made you go also move in there?
Yeah, of course. Once you are a lion as a man, your wife
is a lioness.
So we had this lioness. Eventually, I became
the president.
Then that's how. And then after that, International Women's Society. And that one is another. That belongs to anywhere you are with the foreigners. It's a mix. We call it international. We had all the nationalities there. Ghana, from Europe and all that. And it's still very strong today in Lagos. And then I became one of them. And then I became the secretary. I did all sorts of things, as a chairperson. So I tried my best, and I was happy doing it.
But what is your motivation? Why do you get involved with the Lioness and all this?
I don't know.
Charity?
It's just that the work, it's a wonder to me too. When I look back, I managed, because you go around. For instance, I used to go around to all all the shops, businesses in Lagos, Broad Street, all the way to Apapa then. Apapa was booming then with business with all these foreigners in shipping.
Yes.
We used to go there and so for fund. And we go there to the banks. We used to go there, and 3 or 4 of us, we go there and talk to you. You are the manager. He said, please, you have to help us do this, do that. And God was wonderful. We did, especially International Women's and Lions. Lions did so much for Nigeria at that time.
So when you get the fund, what do you do? How do you?
We give scholarship. For instance, International Women's Society. We have a school at Yaba. We built that one. We have scholarship. We have this our headquarters now at Borsi. We call it Skill Acquisition Center. If you know how many students we have trained in dressmaking, hairdressing, and all that for years. It's wonderful to make life better for the people. We have done that with pleasure.
Are you still active in '98 in all these charities?
Well, they will not. If you were here on my birthday, they were all here.
Yes.
They will not leave me alone.
Yes.
Because they will say, if you don't come, this is what we are going to do. What do you think? And I'm happy.
Yeah.
They like like a family. They like my children. They like my children.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest, of course.
Yeah.
And they all like that day they were here. Yeah. They gave me this new. Look at that one.
Yeah.
From another thing, I was even saying that.
Yes, this is West African Women Association.
I don't know. So I said.
Yes. So, but do you still go to meetings?
I go occasionally.
You go, okay.
But they don't bother. Like when we're having a special annual. We always having this our annual after working so hard.
Right.
We have this a day that we enjoy.
Yes.
I go to that.
Yes. Once a year.
Once a year.
This is the Lions or which?
No, International
Women. Yes.
As for Lions, they don't bother me. But they come here, they phone me. Like that day they were here.
Yeah.
Because don't let me I've worked in the past. I've done everything. It's now just that them say, Mommy, relax, Auntie, relax.
Yeah.
So that's my life.
So what are you most proud of out of all the humanitarian work you have done over the years, what is it you remember?
You are talking of humanitarian.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy that, like when COVID, was there, a lot of young people couldn't go out. They all, and they frighten us. But if you go out, you have to dedicate.
Yes.
But we still manage to go and see.
You still helped around
we
with
still
COVID.
help around. And then
you never got COVID yourself.
No, thank God. Touch wood. It's gone now. We never. We don't want to talk about it again. But then, because that thing scattered the world.
Yes. A lot of old people, a lot of elderly people got it.
Yes. Sometimes I'm surprised when I think. I say, God Almighty, you are wonderful. Where did you get the energy?
Yeah.
Because we go from one place to another and happy, like tomorrow, when I see somebody like this, we know we have a lot of beggars.
Yeah.
But you see a mother carrying a child, or see this man, you will know that the man is suffering. There's no food, and he doesn't even have to ask you before you say, okay, take something. That's me, But then, I still say, Nigeria is a blessed country. God love Nigeria. It's a beautiful country. Anytime I travel, let's say, like last year I was away for 3 months. They said I left in July and in October, September, when it's time for me to go, because I never like their weather.
Where were you?
In London.
London, okay.
London is my favorite. I've traveled around everywhere. But London is we have a strong family there.
Yes.
Anyway, there's a grandma. Why are you going back? I said, listen to me. These are the young ones. I said, listen to me. Your parents used to come to Nigeria. Tell your parents to bring you to Nigeria because they haven't been to Nigeria because of all this.
These are your children?
No, my grandchildren. Family. I have a lot of children in England. Anyway, so I said, look, you have to come to Nigeria to see me if you want to see me. I can't stay here. Look at me. Since I came, I've been in sweater, in the woolies. Look at fire by my side. And you want me to stay? I can't do that.
Yes.
I don't know. They say,
How much has your life changed since you lost your husband?
It's a wonder. It's a God said. It's a miracle. Because this is the man that was in England, raised in England,
yes,
grew up in England, educated in England, and to come all the way to Nigeria.
Yes.
To where I was
and pick you.
To pick me. And that woman, she's dead now. God will continue to bless her. She was the one
who encouraged it. Yeah. But so you've been married to him for many years?
Over 50 years.
50 years. So how much has your life now changed since he's not
to
no
tell
more
you
there?
the truth, to tell you the truth. When he died 13 years ago, I thought I was going to die because he was the one, everything, all the plants, anything you are doing.
In this house.
He looked after me and made me comfortable. And the children, he looked after the children. And then suddenly it was like a joke. He died. And I thought I was not going to live myself because it was too awful for me. But then I am here today. But I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
He was a good man.
So what
and a good Christian.
Yes. So what do you do now? You are no more active in your humanitarian work. How do you live day to day? What do you do?
Well, if you know me,
yes,
I'm very restless. But I don't ask the children. I must have something. If I don't, in those days I used to do gardening a lot, myself. And then sometimes I just go, and I'm very fascinated in going to our market.
You still go to market? I
get to market. Even now I go to ask them. I stay in the car, and all the children, my children, especially at Sangros, Sura. I've known them for years, and Sangros.
Yes, that's right. It's a supermarket.
The children, not supermarket, open market.
Open market.
It's children now of my friend. Then they will come and, mommy, buy. You know the way they, come and buy.
Yes.
And mommy is here, like that.
Yes.
But then I must say this: our women are the most courageous, hardworking women in the world. When I go around, that's one of the things. I get into the car, I can go round.
They take you around.
I go around with the car, with driver.
Yes.
I said, go. And then I see the women. Listen, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. for them to bring rice and beans for us, for the workers to buy ready at 7 o'clock. You can imagine what time they got up to prepare that ready.
Absolutely.
And then doing every day as they finish one, they have to start. And then we go to the market, the Ankara market or wherever market.
Yeah.
At Ekwe, I used to go to Ekwe just to, for fun. I drive to Ekwe and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
One woman used to sell akara there. We would stop there and buy this akara, eat it there in the car. And you see our women. Why can't we recognize our women in Nigeria? They need to recognize our women more because they're the wonderful, brilliant women. And if they're there, one day we are going to have a woman president, and we'll see how things is going to work. Because Nigerian women are great. I'm proud to be a Nigerian woman.
Okay, but as a Nigerian woman, what do you think the government is not doing to support this woman you're talking about?
Well, I don't know. Maybe because it's been like that, that women, your duty is to have babies for
stay home.
To stay home. But that has changed. But it's better now, in a way, because when you go to the banks, or you go to the hospital, you go to all these commercial houses, and you see our women, especially bank, if you notice.
Now they are many.
Women are reigning there.
True.
The treasurer, the assistants, and they're smart. They're smartly dressed, and they speak good English.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is that can't we have more women in our political life? By having more women in the Senate, in the representatives, House of Representatives. In the Senate, we have 190 or something, or 90, and then you have about 3 by force.
That's true.
And if they're not standing where I'll get rid of them. So we need more power for women.
But have you ever tried being in politics yourself?
No, that's the thing I never interested.
Why?
My brother actually was there. My father was a politician in his life.
Yes.
In those days, not as because they were the father of Abad Macaulay.
Yes.
In those days, Eric Moore.
Yes.
They were their group.
Yes.
But then me, I've never interested me because you see, once you are a politician, your life is no more yours, and your private is finished. They can come at any time and they can abuse you. If they are making a mistake or they don't believe you, they finish you.
So what do you do now? Now that you are not active.
I wake up. First of all, I'm booked with the radio. I'm a radio woman. In the morning, I must have the prayer, the news, and the current affairs. This year about what
is it radio or TV?
Radio in the morning.
Radio.
TV in there, of course. Everybody we are hooked. Without TV, because we don't have anywhere to go now with all the security.
Yeah.
Thank God for the television.
Yeah.
If there is light.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
And then I come, wake up.
Yeah.
I do whatever. Ask them. I can swim. I can do whatever.
Well, you swim up to now?
Of course.
I see a swimming pool, but I didn't think.
No, I used to swim a lot, but then
no more.
With all the wahala of water and all,
no more.
But then if I go out now, once you are a swimmer, you don't forget.
Yeah.
Let's say I get to where the water is and we will swim.
Yeah.
But for me here, everybody used to come here and swim.
You can swim here.
We have barbecue and all that. They enjoy that life. Yeah. My husband, one of those that love people. When you are happy, he's very happy. Yeah. And you've done that. And he's a collector of all this thing here. You collect
all the art I see.
Yes. It's been like that.
Yeah. So do you exercise besides swimming?
Especially in England. We used to call it, what do they call it now? Total. Total is that you fast with fruits and water.
Okay.
You don't have anything more than fruits and water. Different type of, and in England you have this opportunity, dry fruit and all. You eat that, and they call it total. We will do it and weigh yourself. Yeah. But since I came back, I must confess, and then because I'm too active. Yes. I sweep. Yes. I even grind pepper in the end when there was no machine. Yes. I've been like that. God has, and I used to go for a walk. Yes. That's another thing my husband we love. With his dogs, we will go to Babish from here. Yeah. This is a hotel when they were building it. We used to go there just to have fun. Yeah. And see the way and then I don't know, the children too. They encouraged us to do all the sports and all that. We used to follow them. But now, you can see, I sweep, whatever. I wake them up. Yeah. you know, I'm active.
Yeah.
And health-wise,
Yeah.
I've been good. Not that 100%, you know.
Yeah.
But then I've been very good.
What about food? Do you restrict
I
yourself?
don't know. That's what gets on my nerves when
Yeah.
I go out and a dish or I've collected some food. And some young woman said to me that, Mommy, you still eat meat? You know, it gets on my nerves.
Yes.
So I never interfere with, I mean, what is your business with what I was eating, as long as I'm enjoying it?
So you eat your meat and you eat the red meat up to
No,
now?
I don't, not now, but I love buffet meat.
Which one?
Buffet, goat meat.
Goat meat.
Oh yes, my favorite.
Yes. Up to now?
Flavor up to now.
Yes.
And then I have this, awo, guinea fowl.
Oh, guinea fowl, yes.
You know,
Oh,
by all
yes.
this
Oh, yes.
Atobale India.
Yes, yes.
I'm one of their favorite customers.
Okay, yes.
I love it.
Yes.
You know, and we have so much in Nigeria.
Yes. So you still eat those things up to
I
now?
eat. As you know, look at my freezer.
Yeah.
It's there. And on live on our vegetable.
Yes.
We have the best vegetable.
Yes. So do you, after the death of your husband, do you find that economically life has changed for you, or are you able to cope? Because you are in a beautiful house in Victoria Island. 13 years after, how do you? Yes.
Well, it's one of those. As much as he believes in, if you have 10 naira, they force you to save. So he said, what you are going to buy, let us say you save. He's one of those that know how to manage.
Yes.
And he believes in this, what do they call it now? Where you put your money in bank.
Okay, saving.
Savings
Yes.
and
investment.
Yes. He believes in investment.
Yeah.
He's a manager.
Yes.
Because he makes everything so comfortable for me.
Yes.
I don't have any problem with anybody.
Yes. So you're comfortable in your retirement.
And I'm someone that doesn't follow suit by saying I should be or follow the. No. I cut my coat according to my size. And God has blessed that.
How many children do you have?
Well, I had.
You had two before you came back from it.
Then unfortunately I lost one, the other girl, and swimming pool at Ibeche.
Oh my God.
And I was in England when from 1 year on this special course.
Yes.
Then I lost that one. She was a brilliant and loving girl. Like
she died in England or here?
Yeah, here.
Here in Nigeria.
And I was away. I just went for this course for 1 year.
Yes.
And left about 2 months.
Yes.
When they just called me. They say they came. Our ambassador then,
yes.
they just came to my house. And I said, that's strange. My cousin is she's dead now too. And they came. And I said, that's fun. And Mrs. Sholanke, I looked at the window, I saw them coming in. I said, that's strange. So I opened the door again. So the thing that was mine, because I went out somewhere, whether to shop also.
Yes.
That's the dress I got to come to Nigeria. Because they said, we have to go now.
So once they told you, you just started coming?
Fortunately, I had the opportunity of the British High Commission there, with Gudiku and his wife. So they got, my passport was already there.
Yeah.
So they booked, and I was on the way to Nigeria. I didn't even know. I said, what happened? They said, you just have to go to Nigeria now. Go to Lagos. I said, but why? I haven't done. They said, no. So they parked like that for me. It was when we got to Lagos. And I was thinking maybe something has wrong, happened to Steady. I said, tell me, she said this. They said, no, Steady is not. Until I got, it's when we were coming from our Ikeja, so home on the car, they said to me that Biola has gone. I said, gone where? They said, Biola had an accident. And then with the Israeli ambassador, so we were very close, they took them out on a boat to Ibeche. And the children were swimming, all of them. She was the one that was swept away with this sudden tides. And I was surprised because it's strong swimmer with the father. At the age of 1, the father used to throw them in water at Takwa because we had a Charlie at Takwa. We used to go there every weekend with friends and all. And that's that.
That's
so I have Fola, and he's got 3 beautiful boys.
So only one child in the end, Are you surprised you have reached the age of 98?
Honestly, that's the biggest surprise in my life. Because when I was 70, all this struggling, traveling, and then 70, I said, God, thank God. Jehovah, you are good to me. I'm 70 because the Bible said 70 is your age.
Yes.
And I'm 70. What age? I was talking to my God like that.
Yes.
What age do I need?
Yes.
I said, thank God. I'm 70. So it's enough. I'm ready whenever you are. Then 80. Then 90.
Yes.
90, well, we celebrated it in Nigeria. Then 95. 6, 7, 8. So I'm 98 now. So my life is in the hands of God. It's been good. My God has been good to me. I'm the luckiest woman in the world. To meet people different types. Like now, they phone me from everywhere. In America, no. Just to congratulate me that I'm 98. And then you people, you Brain and Beauty, Nigerian journalists. I have the opportunity to talk to you. Not when you are saying A, I was saying B or what. So I thank God. I thank God.
So you are not tired of life.
I'm not tired
you
of
can
life.
go on.
If God did this,
110 more.
don't do that. Say that.
100 is too close. That's why I didn't want to stop
if I
at
get
100.
200,
Yes.
by the grace of God, I have nothing to complain about. God has been good. Even 98 now, God, look at me. I eat well.
Yes.
I sleep well.
Yes.
I watch television.
Yes.
I know what is going on.
Yes.
If I don't, I ask you.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm curious in
Yes.
something. I can ask you. I say, hey, why do we have to do that? And the children are good to me. The family, I've been lucky with my family.
Yes.
Both sides, from my mother's side at Abeokuta. I have them all around.
What
Like
about,
now,
yes.
one just left. They all come in and now. This is their home, one area. I don't lock anywhere unless when we are going to sleep.
Yes.
Because of this security now, they
Yes.
have to be. But then I don't worry about that.
What are hobbies? Do you still have any hobbies left? You used to play bridge.
Oh yes, I don't play.
I used to.
No.
Okay. What do you
I don't
do for
play
fun?
bridge.
Anything? Dancing, music?
If there is music, I dance.
Yes.
But I read a lot.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
I read. I must, because when they say on this online thing,
Yes.
I don't like it. When the fashion is the thing.
You are not digital. You don't.
No.
You don't go to computer.
I love the feeling of my papers.
Yes.
You know, that I'm reading.
Yes.
But I don't know. But that's the thing now. They say you have, whether we like it. They were saying now the children have to take their exam online and all that. I don't know.
Yeah. You don't do any WhatsApp and all this online stuff.
I don't.
But you have a phone, do you?
I have a phone. I
Telephone,
believe
yes.
in that.
Yeah.
I can test you.
Yeah.
I can
Just to
you.
talk, yes.
I talk to you
Yeah.
and you phone.
Yeah.
But to go around and looking at the internet.
Yeah.
And they said to me, Mommy, look at this woman with a horn. I don't want to see a woman with a horn. What do? You know, all sorts of things. I don't know.
Yes, but what do you read? What kind of books do you read?
I read novels. I read gossip papers like our own. Skinny people, city people.
Yes, okay,
like
magazines.
that, and whatever
Yes.
comes to my hand. And I've read Quran about 3 times.
14 times?
Yes, no, 3 times.
3 times.
Because when I don't understand, I go back. But it's a lot of repetition
That's true.
in it.
That's true.
So, but I read it, and I like some. And I said to them, what is the? There's no difference between. Do you see the Bible or no? But then my Bible is my number 1. I've read it, you know, and when you read Bible, you can read it 10 times. You find something new.
Yeah.
Anytime you read it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing happening nowadays that doesn't happen. Whether the way we sin, the way we commit, you know, it's all. But God Almighty forgives us, and we beg Him to forgive us.
Yes.
Like a human
Amen.
being.
Amen. You have traveled very widely. So I want to take you to that. Which countries do you like? I know England is your like second home, but beside England, where else did you enjoy going to?
Well, I've traveled around, but I must confess, I love China. I love China.
Why?
Because the people there are simple but hardworking, and they're respectful. And when you see them, there is no flamboyancy about anybody. You all face your own business. You look after your family, and visitors, they know you are a visitor. They respect you. And then they tell you, they have this patience of explaining everything. Like the great word.
Did you like the food?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Food is not their problem. And the way they prepare their food, I don't know.
Yes.
It's good. I like India too.
You're right.
My best place, you said, which is my best place?
Yes.
It's China. I know I cannot go back now.
Yes.
But I'll never forget.
Yes. Let me ask you about life today compared to what you went through. The Lagos you described, very easy, beautiful, things were organized. How do you feel about today's Nigeria?
I'm talking of Nigeria.
Yes, today's Nigeria.
As I said earlier on, we used to have this freedom of movement. But now, in a way, the media, I don't know. Why do they concentrate more on this bad news, like raping, kidnapping? They focus on that every time. Instead of telling us about our children, life. Because really, when you see this picture that this Abike, what do they call this? Where they have the foreign
diaspora,
yes,
the children abroad.
Why don't you concentrate more on more children abroad that are doing well? And really, in Europe now, in London, the banks, the hospital
full of Nigerians.
Full of Nigerians.
Yes, that is true.
And you'll be proud and doing so well. Why don't they focus on that to make our life better than this?
But don't you think we should remind the governments, it's not all the governments, state level, federal level, how bad things are in Nigeria itself?
But they know, everybody know. And not only in Nigeria. Look at the other day, they were having a festival somewhere in America. A young man just decided and drove his car
into the crowd.
And you have this, because you have this war in Korea, Ukraine, and Putin in Russia.
Right.
We have that, but they know how to manage.
Right.
They know how to manage. They know how to make the people comfortable. We don't have that here because we don't have good news. We don't have the news that's going to temper our anxiety.
So you are not disappointed with Nigeria as it is now?
Oh yes, I'm not. I think the government there are doing very well. They're doing very well. They cannot do more than that. Even in America, if they don't have Trump's wahala with this tariff, they have problem all the time, more problem than Nigeria. But they see money. Why can't they focus on that? Focus on our brilliant children, focus on our men and our wives. Our men now look after their wives on that before they used to jump up and down. They recognize that this is my wife and the children, and they look after them more than the people that neglect their family. Why can't they concentrate on that? And tell us more about women doing well. Our women are wonderful. We are going to be the president of Nigeria one day.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. And I think on that note, we come to the end of this conversation with Mrs. Funke Arthur-Worey. As you've heard, long-standing humanitarian who has worked for many years to better the life of others. And by the special grace of God, her life also continues to be better. So thank you for joining us in this edition in Lagos, and until we see you another time. Goodbye.